Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional Tuesday. New day, new opportunities. So let's get it. Just trying to knock stuff out before my trip tomorrow. So definitely be a early night and early morning. All right. So today's word of the day is onward. Stands for in a direction or towards a position that is ahead. I chose this word today because you have to be, regardless of whatever happens in this life, you got to be upward and onward. You have to do your best to not always look back and always regret. And a lot of times you got to look at what happened in the past, just look at it through the rearview mirror and go forward. A lot of people that you associate with, you got to treat them like you would looking in the rearview mirror. It's going that way. It's not going this. They're not going this way. They're that way. As much as you might love them, as much as you might respect them and whatnot, being around people that have nothing to do with your future and only have something to do with your present, a lot of times when you purposely have to be around them and you're doing it intentionally, to me, it's a waste of time. Like it's one thing when you're at a job. A lot 9 times out of 10, no matter what job you're at, like you could be a doctor, you could be a lawyer, you could be an engineer, IT specialist. 9 times out of 10, the people that you're surrounded by are not going to be the people that are really going to be a part of your future. That's why being a millennial, my generation was really the first generation to kick off the not staying out of job for 20 years. Like the Gen X's were the last generation to even have a chance of even having a real pension, because that's when corporations started phasing out the pension plans, which it is what it is, and they either didn't have any pension, quote unquote, retirement plan, because I won't say pension plan because pensions don't exist anymore, but it went from pension plan to retirement plan, which is hence the 401k. And at the end of the day, even the founders of the 401k said, hey, it was created to for two purposes: to help rich people have more tax benefits and whatnot. And then number two, this is really the number one reason, enough people were not investing in the stock market. And regardless of the situation, if you don't have a lot of players in the stock market, then the stock market doesn't exist. America, global markets, they need a stock. They need the stock market in order for the country to be successful, and in order for corporations and whatnot to be successful. So, not having enough people invest in the stock market was detrimental to the U.S. economy and whatnot, and other economies. So that's why that was one of the biggest reasons why it was created. And there's more reasons behind it, but I just wanted to get into the one-on-one aspects and the specifics of it all, because at the end of the day, a lot of millennials like, okay, hey, if I don't have a future here, then there's no point in me staying here. Not even just from a financial standpoint, but it's like, okay, if I'm not growing in skill set, then I need to go. If I'm being kept stagnated, then I need to go. I remember listening to the business broadcast program. It was a great show. Check it out. And a gentleman was having a conversation with Jason Black, and they were like, he's a diesel mechanic down in Georgia. I forgot what town, and but he was only at entry level certification. And the master mechanic, diesel mechanic, they work on big rigs. Um, that person makes the money. Like the senior person at any job makes the money. The person with the most experience, most certifications, most education. Um, and so he kept saying, every time I try to have a conversation with the owner about me, having to step up, I want to step my game up and whatnot. He's like, the owner would be like, no, you're good where you're at. Don't worry about trying to get promoted and whatnot. So, Jason Black's like, well, that means you need to be having a conversation with the head mechanic. The senior, don't talk to the owner. The owner has a vested interest in keeping you where you're at. Talk to the senior mechanic, because the thing, the owner knows if you get more skill sets and get more, and this is a lot of times with this isn't as much with bigger corporations, but this is a lot of times with certain small family business. I'm not going to lump all into one. The small business owner is like, look, man, I can't really afford to have two senior mechanics. I can only afford to have one. So if you become a senior mechanic, that means I'm going to lose you, and I have to train somebody else in order for me to keep my business and things going and whatnot. So, and then that instance, he's like, well, I guess I'm in a position where I need to study to figure out what certifications I need to take, which he did, and he's studying for it now. So he's going to go to the school so that he can get certified, so he can be get increase in pay and increase in skill sets. And he's like, I know now my current job is a very limited situation, because the people I'm working for are trying to keep me here when I'm trying to go here. And that's what happened with the millennial generation. It's like, hey, there's no pension plan here. There's only 401k. I can roll this 401k over into another 401k, or I can roll it over into an IRA. So if I'm not getting the skill sets that I need here, and if I'm not around the people that have something to do with my future here, then it's time for me to move on, onward and upward. So that's my point at the end of the day. It's like, if you're in a situation, if you're in a relationship, if you're at a job that's not helping you increase skill sets, not just income, but skill sets at the same time, but you're stagnated. And I even get this a lot of times. Well, I love what I do. But then you'll be the first person that's complaining about the cost of something, but you won't be the first person to say, how can I increase my income? And in today's world, you need to put yourself in a position. I don't care how much you love your job. Okay, in today's world, you need to put yourself in a position. How can I increase my income? Okay, but if you're happy where you're at, cool. But then don't be the little child in the room complaining about the cost of something when you yourself won't try to at least work towards increasing your skill sets and increasing your income. It's an even trade-off. It's give and take. It's like a relationship, a marriage is give and take. Okay, either you're gonna stay stagnated and not complain, or you're gonna grow so that you can keep up with the pace and whatnot. Don't end up like a Detroit and a Cleveland and a Pittsburgh or whatnot. I'm not trying to say those towns are bad, but don't end up like those places in America that stayed stagnated from an economic perspective. In the current corporations, the local entrepreneurs, and the local governments didn't see the wave of the economy changing. Like, we're in a shift now. So if you're in a part of the country that doesn't see the shift happening and is not trying to grow, economies are like relationships. If you don't grow, you either stay stagnated or you die. It's just what it is. And I'm not even the economist, but I know that just from a one-on-one aspect. All right, economies are like relationships. Eventually, you have to grow. Like that. That's the best thing about standardized education. You got elementary school, you got middle school, you got high school, you got college, you got trade school, you got people going to the military. So you have those different levels in life. The same thing with a business, same thing with a relationship, and same thing with an economy. Nothing can stay the same forever. Okay, that's just what it is. That's why even out of all the Rust Belt Midwestern cities, the ones that are the most economically sound cities in the Midwest are really Chicago, regardless of what the media may say, and the Twin Cities in Minnesota and whatnot, St. Paul and Minneapolis, Minnesota. Because those cities evolved outside of just being factory cities. They used to be big factory places, just like the Midwest was the factory hub of the United States of America, but they had to evolve. You evolve or you disappear. It is what it is. Okay, even in a state like Texas and whatnot, it's not just they're not just an oil state and whatnot. They're not just a plant state. They have a lot of innovation going on from an IT perspective, engineering perspective, and a medical perspective. California, believe it or not, used to be a real big manufacturing hub and whatnot. America's not, regardless of what anybody says, America is not and probably will never be the manufacturing stronghold that it used to be. Regardless, it's in the White House, the governor's house, and the mayor's house. That's just what it is. All right, it's not going to be the biggest coal mining country on the planet. That's just the way it is and whatnot. But at the end of the day, my point is that you have to be able to evolve or you disappear. That's just what it is. So relationship, the comfort zone is a death sentence. I say it all the time, and I'm going to continuously say it until the day I die. The comfort zone is a death sentence. So you're going to evolve or you're going to disappear. It is what it is. A lot of times marriages and relationships are broken up because people don't want to evolve. People want to stay stagnated. People want to be boring. That's another thing. It's like, and people think that getting older always equates to being boring. No, getting older should equate to increasing your assets, increasing your value, increasing your health, increasing your wealth, and increasing the life experiences that you have. But for a lot of people, getting older means just being a bump on a log and being basic. That's cool. But there's results that come with everything. More productivity, stagnation, less productivity. There's results that comes with everything. Life is literally like working out in the gym. Either you're going to switch your game up so that you can improve your efficiency in regards to how you have a cardiovascular, calisthenic, and weights and whatnot, or you're going to remain stagnated and do the same freaking thing every day and wonder why your results have not changed. Eat the same stuff every day and wonder why your results haven't changed, all right? Today's quote of the day is by Kevin Davis, stated opinions aren't facts. Stop worrying about what other people think about you. I could not agree with that statement more. Unless it affects your pocket, there's no reason for anybody to go off like a freaking space rocket, all right? On that note, do the great 3 free things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Don't forget to check out the online store if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor. Don't forget to check out WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, Crypto.com, all those platforms. You sign up, you get a couple of dollars. With WEBULL, you get up to $700 worth of free stocks And as I always say, make money moves or you're going to live broke like a fool. Take care.